So I'm sure you've heard the phrase, if you love someone, set them free, and if they come back, they're always yours. If not, they never were. I have tried to make this video for TikTok too many times, and I realize it keeps getting to like the 4 minute mark. So I was just like, all right, it's not a short video. First of all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. I am your resident intuitive baddie. And if you're here because something in my story or in something in my brain is something you need to hear. Because for whatever point in life you're in, it could be a beacon of hope, maybe some sort of advice for you. I don't know. You're going to have to stick around to be able to find out. So, yes, going back to this phrase, I think we've all heard some sort of variation of this. Originally, I was thinking about something like if you love them, set them free, and then if they come back, they love they love you back, or something like that. It was like something like that. But what I'm understanding is that this phrase actually has less to do with whether somebody truly loves or is, I guess, meant for you, and more about detachment and energetic resonance. So, what do I mean by this? If you don't know, I bring this law, this universal law up very often. It's the law of correspondence. So, the law of correspondence pretty much states that whatever the core frequency that you are operating at is will dictate basically what you call in. So your outer reality is made up of whatever your inner frequency or inner self concept is. Which that means everything that you call in is an energetic match to the frequency that you are internally operating at. So, in thinking about this phrase specifically with that mind frame, and the mind frame of detachment, which is being able to let go of an outcome when it comes to a certain viewpoint, person, experience, whatever. It's the notion that when we hold on really tightly to how we want something to pan out, or I guess like how if we're talking in the context of people, how we might want a person to be, or how we want them to treat us or show up for us, we are actually restricting what it's meant to be, and it's a form of keeping something that isn't in alignment with you. So when we're thinking about the notion of setting it free, which is detaching from the outcome of whatever that is, it gives that thing, person, experience the room to either recalibrate and come back as an energetic match, or to align with whatever it's meant to align with next, and allowing you to align with whatever is actually in energetic resonance with. And I think the reason why I'm thinking about it this way, as opposed to, I guess, the common way, which has a lot to do with fate, which I do believe in as well, because I do believe that at the end of the day, what's meant for you will never miss you. I think I'm looking at it from this lens because when you're thinking about if someone, something, an experience is truly meant for you, or I guess through how I remember the phrase of whether it truly loves you back or truly wants to be with you, or yeah, it's I feel like it doesn't necessarily apply that way, because I think somebody, again, I'm thinking this more in the context of people, because the phrase is typically used or commonly used for breakups and when you're going through heartbreak and you need to let someone go. um I don't feel like it really has to do with if someone loves you, truly loves you or not. It's less about that and more about whether they're able to get into energetic resonance with you. There you go. Sorry. Um, and it's like when you're holding on to them at their current frequency, in a way, you are also keeping yourself at a certain frequency, or you have to lower or adapt your frequency to theirs in order to keep them. And I feel like this is where a lot of people get stuck, because a lot of people feel like if they are just the ones that try harder, or if they make all these compromises, that maybe the person will see their point of view and be able to change for them. But at the end of the day, everyone's journey is their own journey. And if you don't give someone the space to be able to figure out how to recalibrate their energy for themselves, the expectation that they're going to do it for you because you're holding on so tightly, it just doesn't make sense, you know? And I also just want to, I feel like, yeah, there's this notion that if someone can't change for you, they don't love you enough. But I don't think it has anything to do with that at all, because I think there's a lot of people out there that end up leaving relationships not because they don't love the other person or whatever. Sometimes it's because they do. When you hold on to somebody to have them fit a projection that doesn't match who they are or who they resonate with now, it all it really does is you're keeping an idea of them that would require them to either shrink to fit it or to stretch when they might not be ready for that. So, really, what release does, what detaching does, is it allows not just the other person, but yourself as well to really find that clarity and to, and really the only thing that you can do to be able to call in what you actually want is to create the clearest version of yourself. And I truly believe that when you want, when there is a certain type of partner you want, as per the law of correspondence, all you can really do is make sure that you are holding yourself to those standards and calibrate to that. Because what it kind of says about your own frequency when you're holding on to somebody who's not in alignment is that you aren't in alignment with yourself. And at the end of the day, that's all we really have control over, is you come into alignment with yourself, and everything else will shift and follow suit. You can only align with what resonates with your frequency. And if somebody's not doing that at the current moment, there's no amount of force or pleading that you can do to get them to do that. So yeah, when you create that release, when you let someone go and you truly detach from whether they'll come back or not, it it really does give you clarity, because either, because again, when you align with yourself, whatever is meant to be in alignment with you will have the chance to find you. So if that's the other person and they're able to find their truest version of themselves and it aligns with your truest version of yourself, they'll find their way back. But if not, then it just gives you the clarity that they were literally just meant to be in your life for that period of time to get you to a certain point so that you could get closer to what you actually want. I think a lot of us, and when I say this, I'm definitely talking about myself because I definitely have a habit of this. A lot of us kind of feel like when something feels right, that it means that it's supposed to feel right for the rest of our lives, or it's supposed to be forever. This notion of things that are supposed to be forever, it's like we never know. We never truly know how long someone is meant to be in our lives, and something can be in resonance with us one day and out of alignment the next. So at the end of the day, enjoy enjoy things while they're here. And as soon as you feel real resistance, I'm not talking about like challenge. I'm talking about resistance, friction, constant friction. Let it go. Because again, if it is meant for you, it will recalibrate and you will recalibrate. You don't have to worry about the timing. You don't have to micromanage what is supposed to happen. It will happen. And that's where you trust fate. I hope this I hope this gave you some sort of insight, or I don't know, it just made you think about this common phrase a little deeper, because I feel like there's a lot of sayings out there, are common phrases that we hear, and it's hard for us to really understand or be able to take them at face value just because it lacks that kind of context. So I've kind of always wanted to do a series or something where it's just like I do deeper dives into, yeah, common phrases, because something that, as I kind of go through my own life, there's so many phrases that seem so simple or so obvious, but it really doesn't make sense until you put them in certain contexts or until you unpack them. So I don't know if that's something that you'd like to hear from me or see more of. Let me know, put it in the description. Not that it really matters, because I'm just gonna make whatever video I'm just gonna make whatever makes sense, or whatever I feel called to make sense of. So yeah, it's like if there's another phrase that I get stuck, or like I think about like this, I'll probably just make the video. But either way, let me know. Let me know if you want to hear it, because engagement is nice. And other than that, if if you find stuff like this insightful and you want somebody to reflect certain things back to you, or to give you a different perspective or a different vantage point on how you can look at your own life, hit me up for coaching, one-on-ones. I also do tarot one-on-ones, or do through the lens of tarot. Um, and other than that, I want to thank you so much for listening to me. And until next time, bye.